going in northeast Kansas. Now, this officially wouldn't be considered to be in the WIBW market area, if you will, but it is certainly moving toward counties that are ours officially, if you will. That's K-Witch, their market area, and I know they do a great job down there covering this stuff as well. So here's what we've got going on. This stuff's going to move into Chase County, Morris County, and Lyon County. And of the storms we have going, this is the only one that showed signs that may be producing, it had enough rotation earlier that the National Weather Service was mentioning tornado possible within the severe thunderstorm warning, which is something that happens sometimes. So the biggest hail in this right now showing up, looks like just a couple of miles south of Hillsboro, and you're looking at something along the lines of golf ball size, and that is moving east at roughly 15 miles per hour. So this is a slow moving batch of storms, and right in this cluster of storms and just out ahead of it, the instability is still extremely high. So Emporia over to Burlington, you can expect to see storms moving your way. Just had a new warning issued for this that is going to go over to Chase County as well now. And I'll go ahead and read the warning to you. So again, severe thunderstorm warning going until 6:15 for this. The National Weather Service saying that 70-mile-per-hour winds and also ping-pong ball size hail are a possibility with this. They're saying it's radar indicated and located near Durham to 5 miles north of Peabody, moving east at 25 miles per hour now. So they have increased the forward speed up to 25 miles per hour. It was 15 for quite a while. So again, that's now getting over into Chase County, and ultimately I fully expect to see warnings issued in Lyon and probably Morris and even Coffee County as well over the next couple of hours as that continues making its way farther to the east. Excuse me. All right. Had this cough for about 2 weeks. How about you? Anybody else dealing with this funky cough? It just won't go away. Probably, I feel fine. Honestly, I totally do. But just like, every day and even at night, I'm just coughing. Come on. All right. So in Emporia, be ready for this thing. It's going to come your way within the next hour, maybe 2 hours, and expect to see this activity farther to the north here and west. It's getting into Cloud County now. That is also developing. We'll check the hail attributes here to see if it's big enough to register, and it's starting to show up. But the hail along that line is certainly less than quarter size at this point. And it's probably going to be the actual cold front itself that's starting to get there into Concordia. It's close to Concordia and near Clay Center at this point. So that'll kind of be the back edge of the storms most likely. But again, this stuff that's to the south, that's getting into Chase and Marion counties, this is the area that has where I have the most concern at this point, I would say. And part of that is because of just the extreme instability that exists right ahead of that batch of storms. The heat energy and the low levels of the atmosphere versus the moisture content up high and the temperature contrast going up high. The instability down low is more significant. All right, now we have a significant weather advisory just issued. This is kind of a different thing. Significant weather advisory means the conditions are just below what the Weather Service would be looking for a severe storm warning. But they are saying that for Cloud and Ottawa counties through 6 o'clock, they have winds to 50 or 55 miles per hour and nickel-sized hail as a possibility with this. So this line of storms is just below the criteria for having a severe thunderstorm warning issued. It's not quite to that level, but certainly is close to it. So again, that's looking out right now from Cloud County Community College in Concordia. And I'm going to bring that camera up so I can turn it around. Here we go. So that's looking to the northeast from Concordia, as you're watching a storm earlier that produced 66 mile per hour winds at Blosser Airport, which is right across the highway there from the school. As you look around more to the southwest here across the college, and you can see the lowering of the clouds there as this almost severe storm gets closer to town and continues really to develop. So that's the view there from Cloud County Community College. farther to the south here, this activity has severe storm warnings with it for like 70-mile-per-hour winds now they're mentioning for Chase and Marion counties. I'm going to check the text on that warning. I don't remember it saying that a moment ago. All right, so from Wichita, they are the office that covers those two counties. And we've got your 70-mile-per-hour winds, ping pong ball size hail, and that was in the warning. Yeah, it was there already. Maybe I even read it that way. But 70-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball size hail, and that's going to be moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. So if you're in Marion and Chase counties, heads up, this is coming your way. If you are in Emporia, Lyon County, over to Burlington, even Osage City and Council Grove, this could hit you as well. So this is a big area there across Marion and McPherson counties where the storms are extremely strong and likely to have winds to 60 or 70 miles per hour. And again, hail up the size of golf balls is in this. The hail indication there, go back to the hail, and we'll see where the potentially largest hail is going to be. So we have a couple of different levels there I'm looking at. The biggest hail looks to be this blue dot right there, just south of the town of Hillsboro. And it looks to me maybe the size of a ping pong ball. We'll roll it back in time. You can see the darker purples there. And then now it's kind of phasing down to closer to ping pong balls or maybe the size of quarters. And that's moving to the east toward areas like Marion, Florence, and ultimately Emporia. Now, looking at this over the last hour, you can see those storms becoming more congealed into one big storm. An hour ago, it was more like 4 or 5 kind of separate storms, but now it's just one big storm. And we'll see if it kind of takes on a structure where it's got one area of hail and a line of strong straight line winds, continues to have individual clusters with strong winds and hail kind of scattered over different areas. So again, we have a significant weather advisory up in this area. That is for the folks that are from Claude County into Ottawa County. I'm going to see if I have the significant weather advisory on here. I know I have this somewhere. All right, well, significant weather advisory is what they've issued for Cloud and Ottawa counties anyway. And you can see that batch of storms there, the stuff that's red, that's they're worried about. And the mention again is 50 to 55 mile per hour winds and a hail the size of a nickel. All right, down to the south, again, this stuff is what's considered to be severe at this point across areas of Marion, Chase, and McPherson counties. Wind gusts of 70 miles per hour are the possibility. Check out the reports here for what kind of storm reports we've had so far out of this activity. So there's a wind gust report there in Marion County, and that's going to be 70 mile per hour winds. That was at 5:29, just really a few minutes ago. And then over into McPherson County, I'll see how big the hail was reported actually in the town of McPherson itself, like 1.8 inches diameter. And just southwest of town, there's a 1.5 along Highway 61. And then the wind gust report there, 65 mile per hour winds. Apparently the storm chaser from KKE reporting that at the Weather Service. And then to the north, this is from earlier today. These warnings were, or these reports of wind. We had a little wind damage, it looks like there. Concordia had some power lines down. All right, that was at 3. And wind gusts of 77. That's a 253. Wow, okay. 55 miles per hour in Aurora at 313. So a 77 mile per hour wind gust in Concordia and some power outages there as well from that storm that moved through a couple of hours ago. All right, so around Emporia, be ready for this thing. We have a severe storm warning that's in Marion and McPherson counties, and it has a history of winds up to 70 miles per hour just a few minutes ago. It has a history of hail up the size of golf balls, and the atmosphere just ahead of all that is significantly unstable. So there's not really any reason to believe the stuff coming toward Emporia and toward areas like Burlington would weaken anytime soon. So if you're in those areas, be ready. This is, again, this is really heading in your direction, and it certainly could be a problem in Lyon County, around Emporia, over to Burlington, in the next, certainly the next hour, maybe 2 hours. I'm going to turn my camera there from Emporia, and the stronger storms moving in from the west and southwest. A little while ago, I was looking at the heavier ranges northwest of town, but now I'm turning the camera around so we can watch that as it comes in from the southwest side of town. And then Council Grove, the strongest of the storm right now, is staying to your south, but that certainly could change at any point. And then farther to the north, for folks around Manhattan, we'll be watching that line of storms coming from Concordia. We'll see them on the weather camera, the new camera that we have there at the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus. Is our newest weather camera. So I'm going to give this a little run through, and then we'll end this live stream and get ready for the 13 News at 6 coming up in a little while. Severe storm watch until 9 p.m. for most of the area. For folks that aren't in the watch, you can go ahead and consider yourself to be in the watch. Topeka is officially not in it, or Lawrence, but you know, it's hard to imagine these storms are going to just straight up end before we get to Shawnee County and Douglas County. I think they'll probably go a little farther than that. So supercast next couple of hours, 7 o'clock, 8, 9, still fairly widespread storms. This will wrap up before midnight, leaving us a dry condition. So a severe storm watch until 9. The risk could go as late as 10 or 11. Tomorrow is a dry, sunny day with high temperatures near 90 degrees and the humidity fairly high. Again, I'll have 13 News at 6 coming up in a few minutes with a full 8-day forecast. Right now, severe storm warnings, including Marion and Chase counties, a significant weather advisory for Cloud and Ottawa counties. I do expect to see severe storms in Lyon County and Coffee County, and probably Morris as well in the next hour, and probably going to have severe storm warnings in Clay County, Riley, over to Washington County as the activity from around Concordia, the new activity starts moving in. Again, I'll see you in a few minutes on 13 News at 6.